outputs of the equation to make sure it calculates correctly. Check the inputs. In Jefferson County, everyone that's been filed a complaint has been found to be correct, that it's wrong. Like the JCAN, we filed the complaint incorrect, the application rates are wrong based on units. If you would have done any of the calculations we asked you to do, you may have found the same thing. You refused to do that. We've also heard that some DNR inspections are only 30 minutes long. On-site inspections. There's no way you're checking manure application records in 30 minutes. What about your Google Earth inspections? Are you checking manure application records on your Google Earth inspections? You have to be on site to do that. So no, I don't think that there is an adequate review of manure management plan happening. There's too much manure, plain and simple. 22 billion gallons of manure in Iowa. And I don't think you have the political will to regulate this industry. You need to make excuses, you look the other way. If you look at the world as it is, not the world as it should be, the world as it is we have a problem. Our water is polluted. We have record number of toxic allergens, high nitrates, drinking water is not safe, record soil loss, corporate ownership of most of Iowa farmland.
Close up to the surface.
They're destroying our rural economy. They're destroying property value. We have a problem, and you guys continue to make excuses. Thank you.
Yay!
Hello, my name is Manure. I'm a member of Iowa CCI. I'm also a member of Power Sheet Cares, and then you saw going to West County, Power Sheet County, and Power Sheet Cares has put together a similar map. I think, the thing we need to recognize is that, it's just gone too far. My understanding, if you've seen the documentary, but, North Carolina, our hog producer has placed a moratorium on the proliferation of environments. A lot of those companies are now setting up shop in Iowa. We have no teeth in Iowa to do anything about the continued proliferation. And as bad as it is now, among the worst water quality in the nation, we need to project into the future and to see that this problem is only going to compound and continue to get worse. And I'm not an expert on this matter, despite my hippie winter beard. I'm a city slicker, but by working with Power Sheet Cares, I can talk to you about Joyce Otto, about Harvey McElrath. I wish you'd sit down and talk with them, because they live within a mile of these confinements, and they have children, they have families, and they're taking their children and their families to the hospital repeatedly, respiratory problems that, are million-dollar words of medical conditions that I'm not even prepared to speak to right now. And we're beyond the point of PowerPoint presentations. And my limited understanding of this issue, is if the MPCPs are in compliance, then the problem is that the requirements aren't stringent enough. And I think this isn't an issue. I hope this isn't an issue of CCI versus the EPC and the DNR. I think part of the problem is that you folks, I think you're all well-meaning. I don't think you have the teeth, legally, legislatively, to really do anything about this. County supervisors don't have the teeth to do anything. The EPA doesn't have the teeth to do anything. And so, I think in the long run, we need to, CCI has put together its information, counter back, but, this needs to be an ongoing dialogue, so that we're working together in the long run and recognizing that this problem has gone way beyond control, and it needs to be addressed. And again, it can't be addressed by a PowerPoint presentation. It can't be addressed by thinking that the status quo is okay. And I think we need to continue this dialogue. We need to keep coming back with the data that we can each, provide. And then ultimately, we need to go to the legislature together. And we need to enact some laws that give you all the teeth that you need to do, the job that I think, with good intentions you all want to do. So, we need a way, for you to help us, to help you, to help us, to help you.
Danielle Wood and following Danielle will be Kyla Benton.
morning. I'm Danielle Worth from Southern Boone County. I am a proud member of CCI. Thank you for your time today. I can't drink my well water. I crossed the Des Moines River 3 times to get here, and it's foaming. It is foaming because of excrement that is in the water. The dragonflies and the otters do not cause that water pollution. Children cannot safely swim, play, or wade in most of Iowa's surface water. The DNR is not doing its job, nor do I believe it is intended to do its job. I want to help you do your job. I used to work for the DNR. I work for the DNR. I know the challenges that field people face. I do not disagree with Dr. Anderson's model or explanation of soil microbe health, soil tilt, and how organic matter, including the manure, can contribute to soil health. What I do disagree with is that this model is not part of the reality of Iowa's landscape. This model is fiction, except on organic farms, where I am a happy member of 2 organic farms in my life. There I see soil tilt and health maintained. I also hear that this is a carefully managed industry, that land stewardship is abundant. And we heard from individuals who represent several thousand people standing behind me, and I speak for the 3.2 million people in Iowa who want you to do your jobs. Environmental Protection Commission, where is the protection for Iowa's environment? If this is a carefully managed system, and we are managing this with laws that are in place, and ladies and gentlemen, the law is an ass. The law must be changed. It is not protecting Iowa's health and wealth and commonwealth of natural resources. Are there farmers who are inspected once a year at these large CAFOs? What is the inspection method? I'm aware that organic farmers are inspected once a year, and the inspection takes hours, and those organic farmers are charged a lot of money for those inspections. If they have organic cows, or sheep, or goats, or chickens, or pigs, they're charged by the head. So if at earlier meetings we hear that the DNR can't do its job because it doesn't have enough money, let's get you the money you need. Let's switch the inspection system so that we are charging those people involved in that industry what it costs to do adequate inspections. That's round truthing, that's spending the time necessary to make sure that those places are functioning properly. I want the DNR to do its job, regardless of how we may argue in the past. I have deep respect for the DNR and for the job that the field staff do. What's it? Thank you.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank each of you for your continued service to this commission in the state of Iowa. You all were chosen by the governor to sit on this commission and carefully evaluate research, facts, and creative opportunities for continuous improvement of our air, water, and soil resources. We very much appreciate DNR's thorough review of the outline manure management plan concerns and the other presentations that you've heard here today. Manure provides a very strong fertilizer value and includes advantages for improved soil health and builds on the sustainable cycle of pork production, which is a perfect fit for Iowa. Iowa pork producers recognize this advantage and through MMPs and other best management practices strive to achieve this optimal value for crop production. The Iowa Nutrient Reduction Strategy Science Assessment also cites an average 4% reduction in nitrate loss when using swine manure in comparison to commercial fertilizer. I must point out, and as you've heard some already today, manure is regulated in Iowa. Producers must meet these requirements for certification and apply manure and do so based on these manure management plans and crop needs. Additionally, it is already against the law for manure from a confinement to reach a body of water. We are confident that the ongoing inspections from DNR will continue to demonstrate these benefits of total manure containment in our production systems. IPPA emphasizes an educated, passionate, and proactive board committed to continuous industry improvement in multiple areas, including manure and environmental management. management. We have seen new application technology moving from surface application to injection, and building design moving from outdoor mountain farms to total manure containment. Just a couple examples of industry advancements in the last 20 to 30 years, both of which have provided improved manure utilization and environmental management. New technologies and practices will continue to drive progress in these areas for all of agriculture. IBPA members have established policy supporting the Iowa nutrient reduction strategy and have committed their own investments to efforts that can aid in neighbor relations and improve the quality of our natural resources. By supporting the nutrient reduction strategy, enhancing our water quality initiative project efforts, and building on efforts with the Iowa Ag Water Alliance and the Coalition to Support Iowa's Farmers, there is strong momentum and opportunity within our commodity organizations and others to drive progress for continuous improvement and practice adoption. Iowa is visualized as a leader to many with how we are addressing and owning this challenge in our state. IBPA and the Iowa pork producers maintain their commitment to research, education, and producer engagement to continue driving this environmental improvement in our industry. Again, I thank you for your continued service to this commission and Iowa technologies.
Take me a few seconds. Please be patient. In the old days, Jack Trover, a retired science teacher, my credo, earth first, and things, thoughts, deeds, decisions. I truly believe it. I don't just say it. I can't live it, because I'm surrounded by a society that doesn't believe it, doesn't want anything to do with it. They're invested in money, profit, capitalism, and everything else that goes along with it. I came here with a script today. I taught 30 years, never once used a note in the classroom, never once used a script in the classroom. This is incredibly difficult for me to do now because I am full of geezer goo. But more than anything, you have got to hear this. This is the only flag that I fly. It is the only flag for which I will die. Please don't do that. It takes away from me. I live for Earth. Lord, I spoke for the trees. I speak for Earth and all species. I have spent my entire life since childhood, I don't even have a memory of not doing this, studying, loving Earth. I have a master's degree in geology. I know where all the good stuff is. Yeah, my classmates are worth tens of millions of dollars down in Houston, Texas now. I was a high school science teacher. I got nothing. My wife and I live on next to nothing. It's okay. It's all right because that is Earth. Notice it's all tattered and torn like Earth. I could go out and buy another one. You can't go out and buy a new Earth. You can't hope for a new Earth. You can't wish for a new Earth and get one. And sure as the Dickens, Abbey, and Twain, hope some of you figured that one out, can't pray for a new one. This is it. Your only home. By the way, I'm astronomer. I've spent my entire life looking for other intelligent life. Spent my whole life looking for intelligent life in the universe. This is it. That's why I can't teach it. We'll use 10 billion gallons. 10 billion of those, 22 billion numbers popping around today. 10 billion is conservative. 10 billion of those. Every time you take a drink of water, each and every one of you, every time you take a drink of water, think about it. How much is 10 billion? How much is 10 billion? How
many times did this building be filled up with 10 billion gallons of manure? 20,000 times. I had planned a script that said, each and every one of you take your hometown, visualize your hometown covered with 10 billion gallons of manure. Yes. No excuses. No exceptions. No more compromises. Do it!
I didn't get a chance to read it early. I would like to speak because I have evidence that you guys are covering. In your emails from your management of your office with pictures, and you don't want to hear it, do you? Because it's here. Your office is covered it up, and they lie, and it's here physically. Why do you not want to hear the truth?
We can stay and listen to you. Yeah, we'll listen to you.
Where's your job? Do we, the people, we pay for you people to represent us. It is our country. My father, I'm a farmer. He says we are stewards of God's land. This isn't our land. It's God's land. We're just here to take care of it. Why do you walk away from the truth? We found multiple manure management problems. Tom McCarthy. But we're not justifying him. This man has 5 million gallons of manure. Here's the pictures. He applied it on top of the ground. December 7th. Today it still is not incorporated.
That's right.
Our children deserve more than 3 minutes of your time. There's a real simple way to fix a lot of this. These people, you can afford to build it, you can afford to pay for the people that take care of it. You charge them so much a head per year to manage it, for the DNR, etc., EPA to come out. If they have an offense the first time, you fine them. If they have a second offense, you shut them down for 30, 60 days. If they have a third offense, you put them out of business. That building is shut down. That solves your problem, because then they will say, well, we got a foul. The other thing is, you allow this person to do what this guy did, where he took 5 million, threw it on top of the ground. That tells every other farmer it's okay because he can do it. They're not going to do nothing to him.
That's right. That's right.
Am I wrong?
Repeat offenders.
Here, let me read. My name's Ron. Ron, thanks for letting us know. Staff from this office went around Thursday and again Friday and found some MMP violations. Working with Jim to get them corrected. Talked to Jim this morning. He reworked the ground within 750 feet of the home. Well, I got pictures. He worked 100 feet. 750. They didn't go. They were out there, but they can't count. 750 feet. Everybody knows the difference between 100 foot and 750 foot.
That's right.
This man, he didn't want to apply for a water permit. He built his own master matrix plan. And it was taking like, how was it? Like 10 million gallons a year. But he applied for a 996,000 gallon a year for 1,200 head of fat cattle. Wow, do the math on that one times 365. Well, he says, I don't know how to do it. I said to Tom McCarthy, I said, it says, the depth of your well, size of your pump, the number of animal units you're feeding, and how deep your well is. I says, if a man can do a master matrix like that, what is so hard about filling out a simple report like that? I said, your well driller just gave it to him when he built the building. But he didn't want to spend the $350. There's a lot of good operators out there, and I'm not trying to condemn them. Yesterday, I live between this, and I go down and I pass my waterway, and there's a dam. There's foam, and I got pictures of it. That was 1 foot high. I called Tom about it. Oh, it's too late today to come out and look at it.
Right.
I said to Tom, I said, you know what, but I got the pictures, and I'm coming to Des Moines tomorrow. And that's what you guys walked out. You don't want to hear the truth, do you? Anyhow, I said, Tom, I said, if you go to 5835 Jessup Road, you can see all the evidence. I said, pictures don't lie. And I said, yes, I understand you cannot be all over. But this guy sets a bad image. And he makes your job harder, and he makes life tough for the rest of us, too. It'd be a lot simpler if you just do your job and enforce the law. Here's what Tom says. please send me the locations where Toma did not incorporate the manure. 911 addresses would be best. The environmental services is different from fish and wild forest enforcement. They can write tickets, normally in hundreds of dollars. ESD fines in thousands. Normally a first-time manure application violation does not receive fines unless there's fish kill or significant water qualification. This is coming from your DNR office. I do not know Jim personally, but I only know him from a DNR inspection and phone call. Here's some of your pictures. Here's the foam coming down.
Can I get closer to those, please?
Here's, you can see, okay, that's kind of hard to see, but here's the house, here's the guy's house, and that house is probably 200 feet off the road. Here's where the grounds work, the line there. That's 750 feet. That house, does that look 750 feet from the road? Nope. And here's the packs. Here's his tracks where he went through, and there was water standing there yesterday. The water coming over, here's a better picture. He didn't incorporate it. He did this December 7th. Yesterday was December 14th. He has a manure management plan that calls for it within 24 hours. Here's more of the same pictures. Well, I'm only speaking the truth.
I know you are, so do I.
Yes, you did. You did a very good job.
I have to leave.
I said, Tom, I says, if you're a juror and heard and seen what you got here, I says, if you would like, I says, give me, wow. Wow, from that. Okay, then Tom says, please email information, location, quarter township, date and time of application, method of application. This comes from Tom McCarthy, the DNR. Method of application looks like service application without incorporation. Manure, give me the manure source. Swine or cattle? Thanks. Tom McCarthy, environmental specialist, senior.
Do you have one of these direct
No fine. But we the people have to live, deal, and suffer because of an operator like him. I says, have you heard me complain about any other operators? No. I says, they're good operators, they follow the rules and respect their neighbors. I says, this guy has violated, and you have covered him for him long enough. It is time for him to be a fine. If you give him a fine, he's going to change. If you let him keep doing it, he's not ever going to change. I got a story in here too. 20 years ago. It was the 20th of June. It was a wet year, 1993, 22. I was coming from Dumbarton, Iowa. It was 7 o'clock at night. There was a raccoon sitting on the side of the road. There were the kids 300 feet ahead of me. I swerved over because that 4 cars went by that coon. And never it moved. And yeah, I killed it. It went to I got stopped by the police, sheriff, and he says, the DNR is coming out tomorrow? Sure as hell, the DNR come out tomorrow. Did you run over a coon last night? I said, yes, I did. You got a hunting license? No. You got a first stamp? No. Well, he says it's $57 for the no hunting license, $65 for the no first stamp, and $200 to restock that coon. I said, that coon was sick. I said, anybody knows 7 o'clock at night, first day of summer, a raccoon is not going to sit on the side of the road with there's kids there. He says, I tell you what, I'll throw part of it out if you go to court tomorrow. So I went to court the next day, and I was upset, and I had something I wanted to say, but I kept it to myself. Anyhow, the judge says, how do you plead? And I said, guilty. And she started laughing. I said, Your Honor, I don't find a thing funny about this. She says, I'm sorry, but I've been on this bench 22 years, and this is the first time I've ever had anyone in my courtroom for running over a raccoon. The DNR did these fines. But yet this man, he can build a 1,200-egg castle right on the top of my home, and we live down in a house, hydrogen sulfide. The sheriff's department was out there. He went in my basement the night this guy hauled this manure, and he says, let's get out of here. This is inhabitable. And we have that on proof. He has it on his body camera. But You guys do not react to it. You just let it go. But I run over a sick coon so these kids don't get bit by it and rabies and everything else, and you find me $200 for it. Do your goddamn job! What you're paid for! Get off your ducks! Am I? I'll leave it. I mean, because it's obvious you don't like it. Obviously.
Okay, no, we'll help you. We have staff.
I just picked up.
You're gonna get that on camera.
Where'd he go? Out that door? Oh shoot, I don't even know which way they went. I think they went back out that way. Oh, no, I hear them. I think there may be a rest. Behind you.
Can I ask you one question? I'll be civil about it, because you're being honest and answer. I'll be civil. Why are they not doing anything about it? This man's not getting fined. Yeah, they if everything I say here is true, but I don't know it is, but anyhow, let's just say, why are you ignoring it?
I've read through all the reports and it's not conclusive.
I just talked to Tom right before I go to the parking lot. We're still open. There's another place where he bought manure where he didn't have on his manure management plan. But they're not gonna come, since they're not gonna find him.
We're working on the compliance issue.
You will be finding them, because I'm not thanks.
Thanks. Thank you. No, appreciate you guys for coming in. Okay, so then you're gonna give us some more questions and. Yeah, I can get it back to you. Yeah, no, good.
I'm just clapping my tripod.
All right, good. Thanks. All right, we'll see you. Thanks again.
Are you guys going back to the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go back
I
there?
can meet you back.
You know where that is?
Because I want to show you some of this stuff
I know
in here.
you're angry, we all know that.
No.
No,
It just got to the point that they walked away and they're cowards, and that just,
Yeah.
because I had the facts. I've been, I've
Me?
contributed, I've been a member, I don't know if I'm an active member anymore or not, you'd have to look it up, but.
You know that, just to slow it up a bit, is that I think,
I'm gonna head back to meet other people
Yeah, go
there,
ahead.
but we'll
I'll
see you
catch
back
you
there.
up.
I think now you have the attention, but after that,